Hello everyone, and welcome back to, well, a channel update. Ooh boy, this is not what I wanted to be doing today, but sometimes. So, if you watched my last episode of BioShock, towards the end you can hear me complaining about some lag spikes, and you probably saw them yourself. And then I talk about my new computer that I'm building. After I recorded that episode, I spent a day on it, on my computer, just doing standard stuff, and I started noticing some graphical slowdown. It would start lagging out, and things were taking a long time to load and actually show up on my monitors. And I'm afraid I may have finally pushed this poor machine a little bit farther than it should have been pushed, or at least as far as it should be pushed for a little bit too long. So I was already planning on taking a small break from my update schedule as soon as I got all of the parts from my computer in so that I could actually put it together, and the last of the components necessary to build this thing should be in on Friday, which is tomorrow. At least that's my plan. That's the hope. It should all be here tomorrow, and then I'll spend next week putting it together and updating and setting things up, and then hopefully it will be ready for Tuesday of the week after next. So let me actually pull up the calendar here. So in theory, I should be back by the 1st of November. That is what I'm shooting for. It probably won't. I'm hoping it'll happen, but you know how computer things are. There's always something that goes wrong. So that's my target. If not, I'm pretty sure I can make the 3rd of November. But I guess I'm just going to have to call the break on BioShock a little bit earlier than I expected and just throw up my hands here. However, let me get you as hyped as I am, okay? Now, this computer that I have built, I have been building for a couple of months now. Mostly just watching sales and trying to get all the parts that I wanted. Ooh, I'm telling you, I am in possession at present of the single most powerful gaming rig that I have ever encountered on my own. Like, well, maybe not encountered, but that I have personally ever used. I went ahead and spent a little extra money and got the 1070. Like, I was looking at the 1060 for a while, the GTX 1060, because it was like, you know, it was kind of in the price range that I had set for myself, and then the 1070 just had those better benchmarks. Like, it's better than the 980 Ti, which everyone I talked to was telling me was the benchmark at this point. I was like, yeah, but if I remember correctly when I was looking it up, like the 1070 is like 15% better performing, which is a little bit. But then you look at the price, and the 980 Ti right now is like $500-$600, something like that, whereas the GTX 1070 is like $400 or something, you know. And it just, go with what is the best because it's the best, right? Especially if it's actually cheaper than. Anyway, it's also got VR capabilities, which I may or may not explore at some point in the future. Anyway, dual monitor setup. I'm going big, right? This is what I want to do. I want my YouTube videos to be as high of quality as I can make them. And I think I finally have the last piece of the formula, which was my video quality. Because, anyone who's watched this channel knows, I am not playing games on their highest graphical fidelity. Like, I have to turn BioShock settings down in order to play it right. And I wasn't playing Half-Life 2 on its highest settings, and that's, 10 years old or more? Is it 2007, I want to say? Off the top of my head, not looking it up. But this should fix that. Higher graphical fidelity, and I can play around with my microphone skills a little bit more now that I've got a little bit more room in there. But yeah, to end on a touch of a down note here, I'm afraid no episode today of BioShock, and probably not for another week. I don't want to risk just flat out being without a computer until I get the new one built. And even after the new one's built, I'd like to still use this one as just sort of I do all my recording on a laptop, so having a laptop would be great. Anyway, again, sorry for the lack of BioShock today. It's not what I wanted to have happen, but you know how life is sometimes. All right, folks, until the next episode, I want to thank you all so much for watching me. I know at this point there's only 105 of you, but quite frankly, that's about 104 more subscribers than I thought I'd ever have. So I appreciate every single one of you who watch, and every single one of you who subscribed and leave a like and comments. And until next time, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching, and take care.